What's good? What's good, everybody? Man, how y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing fine. How you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. What's going on, Chloe?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to everybody joining us tonight. I said this is Candid Talks with your host Quay Price. We got Chloe with us. We got C Prince with us. We going in tonight. We getting it in, letting it loose. Yeah, it's gonna be one of them nights. It's gonna be one of them nights.
I'm ready.
All right.
We ready.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, so shout out to everybody joining us tonight. Man, let me do this real quick. Let me just ask everybody. So everybody watching us tonight, go follow the Quay Price page over on YouTube. Like I said, spread the word, tell your friends, let folks know. Like I said, we are doing big things in 2022. Hitting some hot topics, having some tough conversations. We going there in 2022, no holding back. At the end of the day, the goal is to help our people move forward, expose these issues, tackle these issues, get down to some resolutions, some solutions. Man, and just like I said, get us back together at some point. Get us back together. So that's a shout out to everybody joining us tonight. Let me throw this link up real quick for anybody who is watching. Do that real quick. All right, so there's the link if you want to join us on the panel. Let's see, you can keep your camera off if you want, and just bring your voice up. What's that? Or, don't be scared. Throw your camera on and get on here with us. I'm going to post it down in the chat as well, so you guys will have it. So it's in the chat as well. But yeah, we're going to get right into this. We're going to get right into this. We ain't holding nothing back. So y'all see the title. Women ain't ready for men. Run that back. The title for tonight: Women ain't ready for men. All right, so we're gonna kick this off with a couple of videos. I got a couple of videos, that have come my way, and it's gonna provide a little context to where we are going with this conversation tonight. So I'm gonna kick off the first one. And we're going to get right on into this and do what we do. So let me kick off this first one.
My thing is this, though. Why should I have to prove my worth to you? You are the one who hit me up. You decided to take me out. You wanted to make this into something.
If you saying that, I got to show you my worth. Look, that means you're not showing me your full potential.
I feel like you knew my worth from the beginning.
No, I only knew what attracted me to you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So now you got to show me what's more. What's the other shit?
All right. So that's the first video. First video right there. So keep that, y'all, in the back of your mind. I'm going to kick off the second one. This is the one I really want to hit, but I'm going to kick this one off as well. Like I said, just provide some context to the conversation for the show tonight. Women ain't ready for men. Let me drop this one and we're going to get on into this. All right.
I have a question for the fellas, and ladies, you can chime in as well. Fellas, if you were dating a woman, made well over six figures, owned a couple of different properties, loved to travel, spoiled you, was really good to you in the dating phase, all she wanted from you was time, faithfulness, and honesty, what would make you not want to commit to this woman?
Her thinking that when we get back to the house, that money means she can control some shit. A domineering personality. Her trying to treat a man like he's her employee. The first time she makes a statement about how much money she got, thinking that dictates the power dynamic in the relationship, any real man is gone. This question you ask has to do with what type of man you're referring to. If he's a sadomasochist, a pandering man, a simp, a pushover, or a doormat, then this man will stand there and let this woman mistreat him all the way until the relationship is over. And that just depends on his weak ass threshold. But a masculine man is out. We do not care how much money you make. You ain't wearing no pants around us. This is why the majority of rich women are single or have men that you never see. Even they are embarrassed of the gummy bears they got at home. Masculine are not attracted to the same things women are attracted to men for. Your accolades, your money, your assets are all shit to us. You want to impress us, be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, and submissive, loving, caring, nurturing, and affectionate. We want sex on the regular for you to keep your tongue and accolades tucked and be high in agreeableness. We want light public displays of affection, and don't you ever grandstand on us. Aside from making all that money, your duty is still to us, and if you ain't our helpmate, we gone. If she has all that money and he has ideas of ways to increase levels of protection, she better yield to it. The only way for a woman to increase her value to a masculine man is for her to improve those things adhesive to the role of a traditional wife. At the end of the day, she is not the authority over a masculine man because she can't whoop us. Bars.
Bars.
All right. So I dropped 2 videos, to provide some context for this conversation. Women ain't ready. Women ain't ready for men, right? So
look, I don't know who is ready for that dude right there. Like that,
they did a beat on that. That was good.
He need a track. But I'll just say, I'll just go ahead and jump right in. I will say that I don't disagree with the majority of the things that he said.
okay.
Like I don't disagree.
What?
Okay.
I don't
Go ahead, Chloe.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that I mean I would like to hear the male perspective. I would like to hear what you guys think. Just the first clip of the woman kind of saying, hey, you approached me, so like you should already know my worth. And so basically the fact that he saw you and thought you were attractive is all that you're worth, because that's the thing that he saw first, right? That's the thing that attracted him to you. That's why he approached you, because it's your visual appeal first, right? It's if you're visual pleasing, or if we do get a chance to have a short conversation with you, then okay, boom, like there was some kind of rapport. But I still got to get to know you. Like that doesn't tell me your value because you're cute or because you're handsome. Like that's not your value. Like that's just your physical attributes. Like I want to know more about you. I want to know if we gel. Like, when people ask that whole question or the idea of what do you bring to the table, it's a valid question for both men and women to ask. It's a valid question because we're both looking for something different. So to ask that question is not offensive. You shouldn't be offended by it. You should want to state that earlier on in a relationship, or if you're dating somebody, you want to know that up front, because you might not want to waste your time and they might not want to waste theirs. So I don't think there's anything wrong with asking that. Like you should be prepared. You go to a job interview prepared. And let's not act like when you dating somebody, it's not an interview, because it is. I'm trying to get to know you and you trying to get to know me. That's an interview. Yes, right. It's maybe it's over drinks. It's maybe more casual, but it's still an interview because I don't know you. I'm trying to get to know you. So if I don't ask you any questions, how am I going to get to know you? I can't look at you and see who you are. Right. I mean, I just think that we've gotten past the art of conversation. Nobody cares about that anymore. We've gotten past, the art of courtship. Look that up. What's the definition of courtship? Let's get back to people actually getting to know somebody other than want to jump in their skins the minute that they meet them. Like so for me, I don't even understand why a woman wouldn't want to present herself in a conversation if a man asks. Like, you should be more than willing to talk about yourself. Like, right. That's when you talk about yourself, but don't lead with second video. Don't lead with how much money you have. Like, that should not be your most important attribute. Like, you got to have something else going on for yourself other than the money that you make. Like, have something else going on for yourself. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Y'all need to write down y'all top 10 attributes and leave your money off of it. If the first 2 things on your list is your money and I got a PhD, like, then Throw the rest of the list away. Are you? Who are you? Those are your personal accomplishments, and there's nothing wrong with that. Go, sis. But who are you? That's those are not attributes. Those are your accomplishments, which are great. But once again, I'm trying to get to know you. And if you don't know who you are, then you're going to be offended by somebody asking you those questions. You're not going to understand why they're asking you because you don't know who you are. So you really can't answer it. And then second of all, you're going to be having questions like the woman in the second video saying, why when you want to commit to her, when the first thing out of her mouth is, I make well over 6 figures and I spoil a man. So I'm reading between the lines going, your money is very important to you. And your position is very important to you because it's the first thing that came out your mouth. Second of all, you said you spoil a man. So what does that mean? You take care of him? You looking for some dudes you can just be his mama? So I mean, there's a lot to dissect when someone starts to talk about themselves, and those are some of the first things that come out of their mouth. Like it just shouldn't be. Right. But it tells a lot. It tells me a lot because I know what I'm to listen for.
Yeah.
And I understand, but some of these dudes are wisening up and they know what to listen for too. And
yeah,
the BS meter be real high.
Yeah. So let me say this. And I'm gonna go to UC Prince right after this, man. I'm not letting ladies off the hook tonight. I said I'm going there tonight. I'm not even playing with it. So a lot of my questions are based off of hold on one sec. Let me we got a guest joining us tonight. She want to come in and get this smoke. Mickey, what's going on?
Hey guys.
How you doing?
Good. Go ahead. I'm just listening.
No, you right on time. I'm about to get this smoke going. So you right on time. All right. So this is my question, right? So that second video that I played with the young lady asking why a man would not commit, when she listed out those things she listed out, right? So looking back at that post or that video, there was thousands of comments on that video. And majority of the comments were from females or ladies, women. That's majority of the comments. And a lot of the comments were speaking ill or negatively of the man. So talking about he's this, he's that, he sounds controlling, he sounds domineering, he sounds toxic masculine, all of these terms, right? We got all these new terms to describe men these days, right? But hold on one second, we got another guest coming in. CC, how you doing?
Uh-oh.
She might be muted right now. Okay. All right. But a lot of comments, right? A lot of comments from the ladies speaking negatively of the brother that was in video number 2. So this is my question to the ladies, right? Because I'm starting to notice something. And what I'm noticing is,
hello.
Wait, hold on. Is that CC?
Yeah.
CC, how you doing? Can you hear us? I'm not sure if she can hear us. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll come back to you, CC, in a minute. But yeah, my question to the ladies is what I'm starting to notice is there's a lot of men these days, right, who are starting to understand the position they play, the role they play, their responsibilities. They're starting to see the value in leading a family, leading the women around them, leading people around them. They're taking a more accountable approach as they kind of move into their purpose or passion, however you want to view it. But we got a lot of men, starting to step into their positions. And what I'm starting to notice is when a man gets up and he publicly speaks out about what he expects or what his standards are, even in the space of speaking on the role of the woman, or the position she plays in these relationships or in these marriages. I'm noticing that a lot of ladies these days instantly get triggered. And I'm trying to understand why that is. So tying that back to the title, Women Ain't Ready for Men. Why is it that when a man becomes vocal with his standards and expectations, the women these days instantly get triggered? Yeah, that's very confusing to me, right? Because I hear ladies say all the time, they looking for a man to lead, they looking for a man to protect, they looking for a man to follow, they're looking for men to be men. And then as soon as a man steps up and is vocal as a man, then the ladies instantly get triggered. And it's like they almost get upset with the man for speaking up or stating his standards or whatever they are. So I'm trying to understand what is that about? If the ladies are saying that they're asking for this, and then that presents itself, then what is the problem? Like, what is the issue at that point to where we've got thousands of comments on that video about how whack that dude is? So yeah, I want to go there tonight. So anybody see Prince, Mickey, anybody want to say something? Let's get it. Go ahead, see Prince.
Oh, I'm gonna comment on the videos because I like them videos.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? The first video, I'm gonna say it just like this. The woman said, "You should know my value because you approach me because you seen me." Listen here. The only thing I can tell when I approach a woman is that she's pleasing on the eyes. That's a start. Because you could be a mud duck or something. You could be ugly. And I ain't gonna approach you. So guess what? That's not because you work something, because you're easy on the eyes. So you need to remember that. We approach you because you're easy on the eyes, not because what you work. And that second woman, you know what? I don't know what to say about that second woman, because guess what? She presented her money, but she had fake contacts, fake hair, fake makeup, fake everything. And guess what? So you talking about the only thing real about you is your money. So take your fake ass somewhere else, and you might get a man somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because you fake all the way around. The only thing you present me money, you ain't even say a wet ass. You said money. You said money of all things. What
my God!
Listen, as soon as you came out your money, I'd be like, look, hey, mortgage is this, car note is this. This is all you got to offer. I help you spend it. You know, shoot. I believe in women's lib. Sometimes you put your foot in your mouth. Guess what? When you tell me how much you make, you try to give it to me. So I'm gonna take it. That's how I look at it. Oh yeah. So keep on bragging about your money because you're gonna run into a brother like me, and I'm gonna get that money.
Okay, there it is, man. There it is. Mickey, you want to say something? You look like you want to say something, Mickey. You gonna hide out tonight, huh? I got to get D-Nail on here. Is that what it is? D-Nail, get on here. I know you watching this. Get on here. Go ahead, Mickey.
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Chloe. Anybody.
Oh, and I mean, I don't really know how to follow that up. I mean, hey, we asked for your opinion, and there it is. But to your point, Quay, I really wish we could get to the point where we stopped just throwing labels around. Like, there is a certain thing as toxic masculinity. That is a real thing. Narcissism, all of that's real. Okay. But these are pretty serious labels. And if you look them up by definition, there's a lot involved when you go to call somebody a narcissist, or when you go to say somebody's gaslighting. These are seriously mentally debilitating experiences for the people who have been in the presence of these types of people. Toxic masculinity. These are serious. So let's not be so quick to just call every person that has a different opinion than you, if it's a man, a narcissist, or toxic. Or, we have to be careful just throwing these labels around because they sound good or because they're trending for the moment. Like, we got to stop doing that, because even if a man speaks up, if you don't like what he's saying, okay, you don't have to like what he's saying. You don't have to agree. But let's stop doing that, because what happens is if there is any truth to what he's saying, you're just discrediting what he's saying by calling him, labeling him something that doesn't even really fit. You can say he has, an ego or something like that, but maybe that fits more. But I don't know if that man is necessarily toxic. I think if we're going to start calling men who believe in more of a traditional mindset and a traditional thought of what a female male relationship is, then I mean, like, so what should we be called as women when we want a man that can take care of us? So what does it make us then? You know what I mean? Like, does that automatically make us a gold digger then? Like, are we automatically gold diggers because we want a man that can take care of us? So why does he automatically have to be toxic because he wants a woman that just wants to be, a helpmate? Like, we got to stop doing that. Don't discredit what this man is saying. That's what he wants. So let him go find a woman that wants to do that for him. And, the truth is there was some issues with what the woman said. Like, everything that she said wasn't okay, because it's not so much what she said, it's the intent behind it. If all of what you're saying is true and there was nothing else to it, baby, then a man would be stupid, right? Not to want to be with you. But obviously there's something else there that you're not being completely forthcoming about, which is why would cause a man to hesitate to commit to you. So let's not always make it about the other person, right? Let's not always make it about the man. What else is there that you didn't say that would make a man go, you cool and all, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there's something there. It ain't just that you so great and you spoil him, and you make all this money, and you got property, you got all this. I'm trying to understand which one of those benefited him. Let's just be honest. Of all the stuff she said, which one was a direct benefit to that man? You said you spoiled him. Okay, don't get me, that's nice and all. But honestly, which one of those, if I'm a man and I want to marry you, which one of those is a reason for him to marry you? Because you really want him to marry you for your money? Because what kind of man does that make him? So which one of those reasons should a man really want to marry you that you gave? Let's just be honest. You didn't give him none of those reasons is why a man would want to marry you. They'll date you. They'll take advantage of you. But which one of those reasons? See, you're not listing attributes. You're not, that's not something tangible. The man that spoke after her was giving tangibles. And even if you didn't agree with all of them, he is telling you this is what we want as men. These are the things that we actually value. We're not looking for you to take care of us. Unless, like he said, unless I'm a simp, I don't want my woman to take care of me. I want to be able to take care of myself, and I want to be able to take care of her. I don't want her to feel like she got to take care of me. And as a woman, you should want to. So it's like, we got to stop with the women. I mean, and I'm speaking in general because it ain't every woman, but we got to stop trying to own these roles that really they're not ours to own. Like, it ain't nothing wrong with being a helpmeet. That's what we were created for. And helpmeet don't mean punching bag. It don't mean, being somebody's, flunky or lackey. It doesn't mean that. That's not what it means. But somehow, for some reason, being a woman that wants to be a helpmate or be a compliment to her man has become a dirty word. And it's how we're responding to it as women, and men are seeing that and going, wait, I don't want that. I want a partner. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that. I don't want a woman to feel like she always got to step out in front of me. That's not okay. Just walking side to side with me. That she feel like she got to always be out in the front.
I
Yeah.
had
Go ahead,
two
Mickey.
perspectives, Chloe, to what you were saying. One, I agree with what the guy was saying, but into all the comments and how people took it. To the first video where the girl was talking about, I have money, you know, I take care of you, I spoil you, all that. I took it as her saying, I'm bringing something to the table so you don't have to worry about me gold digging for your money. That's how I took the video initially. I have money, I got my property, like I'm good. I'm not coming at you. I'm not sack chasing. That's how I took what she was trying to say initially. I didn't take it any other way. I didn't take it as stunting. I just thought, okay, she got her own. Like the song says, she got her own. We cool. So when I heard his response, I wasn't necessarily like, I agree with everything he said, but because I felt the video was taken out of context, everything that he said was kind of like washed away because he was angry. He was triggered. Like, I don't need your money. I didn't like, that's not even how I took the video. So for you to respond that way, it was very generalized and it compartmentalized what the video, I believe, was intended to be about. If he had responded in a manner that wasn't so aggressive and so attackable, if that's a word, I would have received what he was saying much better. Because I did actually agree with what he was saying. I don't disagree. But the messenger, now I'm angry because you yelling at me for what? You making assumptions that I didn't even put out there. So right message, wrong messenger, in my opinion.
Okay. Go ahead, C Prince.
So this is what I say. I understand you said the right message, wrong messenger, but at the same time, there's never going to be a right messenger when they voicing their opinion. You know what I'm saying? They might have conflict with everybody, but like I said, the way I took her video as she didn't even put herself out there. She put everything materialistic out there. It had any value. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you put material things, it's just like flushing it down the drain. It's just toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got no real substance to what you were saying to me. Because she came out there and said, look, me and him did this and that and stuff like that. But she said, what would you do if you had a woman that did this? Basically bow down or stunt. You know what I'm saying? She didn't compliment you in no way. All she did was put her values and stuff like that. So, you know, just like a spoiled child, man, you can't spoil a man too much. He gonna turn on you. You see what I'm saying? Just like spoiled children turn on their parents. A man is gonna turn on his woman. You spoil him too much, because I don't want no woman gonna spoil me. I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? I want you to take care of me and be what y'all say, to help me. You know what I'm saying? We should basically benefit each other. You know what I'm saying? But if you spoiling me and then you shining and that's all you got to shine, I'm gonna get tired of that. That stuff get old. That gets real old, because you know what? You only can spoil a person so much before you're like, man, I want to be mistreated. I'm gonna find me one of them side chicks that are winning and let her just dog me out anytime she want, you know, make me beg to spend time with her. Because this woman, I come home, she just gonna spoil me to death for no reason. Or she gonna put herself on a pulpit like she's got all this luster and her stuff stink. Because she ain't got nothing to really offer me but her money. No conversation, nothing. And that's the truth of the matter.
Yeah, and just to add to that, you know, I see a lot of instances of men stating what they want or what they're looking for, right? So I see a lot of men saying that they're looking for feminine women. I see a lot of men say that they're looking for ladies that have a mindset around a submission and supporting. I see men saying that they want fit women. I see men saying that they want friendships, friendly women, agreeable women. Like, so I see a lot of guys laying out this criteria of the type of women that they're looking for. But then at the same time, I continue to see ladies leading with this material stuff about how much money they got, how much property they got, how many, cars they got, how much Gucci they got. And it's just like, if the dudes are telling you they want these things over here, then why do you think you're going to really progress if you're only leading with this other stuff over here? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And it's like, it comes off sometimes like, going back to the title, like women aren't ready for men. It's like, if men are telling you what they're looking for, then it's like, to be honest about it, why are you presenting something else? If the guys are telling you this is what we're looking for, and the ladies that we're choosing to, court and marry and have families and so forth. Like, I'm not understanding it. Go ahead, Chloe.
I mean, from my perspective, it feels like, it looks like, it seems like, it sounds like, and everything that I've seen thus far. And of course, these are always general because I don't know every single person.
Right.
But that women, not all women have figured out that what is important to them in a relationship is not the same thing that's important to men. So the things that a man is looking for, it from you as a woman, is not the same thing that you're thinking that a man wants from you in a relationship, right? Like, the right kind of man is not going to care if he has to help you financially. You care about that woman. Woman, you care about that because you are always coming from a place of wanting to be secure and safe and protected. And money is another tool for that, right? So that's why that's your mentality. But a man is coming into it knowing that he is the provider of that safety and that security, financially and otherwise. So he's not checking for your protection and security because he's bringing protection and security. So he doesn't need you to lead with that. He doesn't need that to be the most important thing. And for him, it is for you because that's what you're always looking for, seeking. As women, all women, me too, me included. Like, that's just how we were built. It was how we were created. Like, we want to feel secure, we want to feel safe, and money is a part of that, right? We don't want to have to worry about our family, our kids, where we're going to eat, where we're going to stay. We don't want to have to worry about any of that, right? And a man is saying, I get it. I'm bringing that. So I don't necessarily need you to forecast for me that. That's great that you got your own. But I'm saying that's not a factor. It's not a deciding factor for me. It's not a part of my decision, right? Like, don't get me wrong. If a man senses that you just don't want to do nothing, you're a bum. That's different. Like, I'm not saying, don't do nothing, don't have nothing for yourself. That's not definitely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a man isn't using that as a deciding factor. Like, he's saying, oh, she wealthy. If she ain't wealthy, then I ain't gonna mess with her. Like, there might be a couple men out here that's like that, but the average man, that's not his mindset. At least the ones that I've come across.
May I step in for a second?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you why I lead with it. And this is from a pure dating perspective. I'm on the apps and all that stuff. I lead with it because I get a lot of men that don't even want to take me out on a date. Right? Straight up. Like, we going Dutch? Like, what are we doing? My friends, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're successful. Went out on a date, expecting him to pay. She has her own. Didn't mention money. Nothing. He pulls out hundreds and thousands of dollars to be at the casino, but made her split a bill. Right? Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I have to lead with it because you're not giving me anything else to not lead with it. Like you're coming after me like, oh well, we ain't going out unless we going Dutch. Like I ain't paying for your meals. I ain't doing this. Like I ain't. Well, if you got it so good, what is it to you to take me out on a date and not expect me to have to pay for it as well or come out of my pocket? So
I mean, I don't agree with that. I have been hearing that too, honestly, Mickey. Like, you're not the first.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you're not the first, but you're not the first like woman to tell me that when meet these guys like for the first time, especially if you like meeting them through like the date naps and stuff like that, like they don't even be wanting to take you out to dinner. They'll be like, oh, let's meet up for a coffee and you buy your coffee, I'll buy my coffee. Like they don't even be wanting. I don't understand that concept. I'll be honest, like I don't even get that. I mean, I should, if we're trying to get to know each other, I should at least be worth a dinner. Like I should at least be worth that to that experience, right? Like I agree with you. I don't understand that mindset, but then I have heard some dudes, and I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just simply saying I have heard some dudes say that they've run into women, not present company, but have run into women who only do this stuff just to get free meals, just to get free drinks, just to get free stuff. So because they've run into those women, now they feel some type of way about it because they've run into a few bad apples and now they don't want, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to do it no more.
Right. And that's why I'm saying we lead with it so that I'm not out here trying to get your money. I don't need you to take me out to dinner. I don't need you to do this or that. So I have to tell you that up front to say, no, you're not about to, I'm not needing you to take me to Red Lobster just so I can get a free meal. That's not necessary of me. But a lot of women do it because they don't actually have. So those are the men or the women that you're experiencing. And I'm trying to prove otherwise that I'm not that girl. Like I can feel myself. I'm a grown-ass woman. I can. Do I have to tell you that up front for you to actually agree to take me out? Yeah, because you've been burned 30 million times. It's not my fault.
Go ahead, C Prince. Then I want to say something after you. Go ahead, man.
Okay. Now I'm about to tell you about that. I hear your voice, sister. I'm gonna tell you this: if you are on the dating apps or something like that, if you meet a man and you shouldn't divulge that you can take care of yourself, because if he's a man, he's approached you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He want to take you out and let him get an opportunity to ask you out and stuff like that. Because when you put it out there, hey, I can do this and that, most men, I'm gonna tell you from my experience, when I hear a woman start talking about her finances, I mean, like, I didn't ask you about that, or we shouldn't even be talking about it because you don't even know me well. I could be a stalker for all you know. You don't know me like that. So you got to protect yourself at all times. So if a man is really interested in you, or he wants to get to know you, let him take the lead and ask you out and say, because if he don't ask you out, then he really don't want. He got alternative motives towards you. He didn't want to sit down and have a conversation. Something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer. I tell my daughter that all the time. If he doesn't ask you out, or he asks you out and you got to pay, I told her to get up, walk from that table, because guess what? You shouldn't have been there, because he didn't establish what he wanted from you. If he think he's just going to feed you and the next step is going to home and going to bed, there's a problem, because he don't know you. See what I'm saying? So I've been on dates. I ain't never went Dutch in my life. So that's all I say. So some of these men, if they talk Dutch, get rid of them.
Yeah, and I'll just say this as well. To Chloe's point, I've heard some of those same stories. A lot of dudes have said that they are tired of essentially getting played. A lot of dudes have talked about the fact that a lot of ladies, come out to these dates, come out to these bars and whatever, and they don't even come with no money. Just expecting that some dude is going to be buying them drinks, buying them meals and whatever, right? But at the end of the day, I'm going to speak for the real ones out here, right? Real men ain't on that. Let me just put that out here. Real men are not on that. And then the other thing I will say is I think everybody, especially in our community, needs to be careful with these dating apps. We're in a situation where essentially social media has become our medium to date and meet people. You don't know what you're gonna be getting, right? So I'm sure it's a lot of ladies who get played over, messed over through these apps. I'm sure it's a lot of fellas who get played over, messed over through these apps. And I'm just a firm believer in old school. Step out, see folks face to face, because I say you can see different things and pick up on different things face to face versus these apps. But yeah, I've heard those stories, and I think a lot of guys, especially those types of guys, a lot of them just have said they tired of getting burned. So it's like now, they only want to take the young ladies, to Starbucks. They willing to invest, $28 in two venti lattes, but they're not willing to invest, $120 in a couple steak dinners for a first date. And I got to blame that on some of the ladies out here who've been playing fellas, and doing that whole thing, taking advantage, of some decent fellas who was trying to court and do that whole thing. And most likely just taking advantage of the situation. But at the end of the day, a real guy who's serious about pursuing a woman, that thought is not even crossed in his mind. At the end of the day, if she get over on him, then he just gonna chalk it up to the game. All right, you got me. And that's gonna be the end of that. But a real guy who's serious about what he's trying to do, he's not going in there counting pennies. But essentially he's looking at the money as an investment, right? So his approach is not even the same. He's not looking at it as a guaranteed loss. He's looking at it as an investment.
Hello. Thank you for saying that, because that's really what it is. But and don't think that it's one-sided, right? Like, we understand that as men, you're making an investment with your money, right? But as a woman, I'm making an investment, with my time, and I'm making an investment with, the fact that meeting someone new when you're a woman, you really are kind of, not that men aren't putting themselves out there, but it's different. It's different for a woman, right? Because we don't know you. So now we're taking a chance with our safety. We're taking a chance with ourselves. And as women, we're not fighting off no man. A woman can be, a 6-figure earning if she wants to. But when a man with more testosterone and more strength, when we are up against that, we're not whooping y'all. We not whooping y'all. We not. So at the end of the day, a woman even putting herself in that situation is taking a risk. So it's a calculated risk, because we're hoping that we're going to make a connection with you as well. So there's investment that's being made on both sides, and that's how it needs to be looked at. If you're not willing to put any skin in the game, like, how can I really even trust that this is even worth pursuing? And then another point I wanted to make about what the gentleman said in the video, like, he did say, her 6 figures is not a problem until she thinks that her money is going to be able to dictate, the level of control that she has in the relationship. And if we're honest with ourselves as women, speaking in general, if we're honest with ourselves, whenever we feel like we bring similar qualities to the table as a man, then we feel like we should have the same position in the relationship as the man. But that just simply doesn't work. It's out of balance, because then that means there's two men. And that's not, I mean, there's two men, there's two masculine roles. And that's not really how it goes. You need the masculine and the feminine in order to have balance. We all know that that's just how it works, right? The yin and the yang, that's how it works, right? So even though I don't necessarily, that's a whole other conversation. But anyway, you have to have the feminine and the masculine in order to be able to have balance. So as a woman, we can't get to the point where we go, okay, I'm bringing this to the table, I'm bringing this to the table, which is nothing wrong with it. That's great. But then when that makes you want to then assert yourself in a role that really is not, it's not the role you're supposed to be assuming, then that's when you guys are going to bump heads, right? Because he's like, okay, I'm the man. I'm going to do the masculine thing. You're the woman, you do the feminine thing. And you know, but I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I work every day. I got a job. I make 6 figures. I'm a PhD. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I want to be able to do and say and go. And the thing is as a woman, I don't know that equality is the fight. I feel like equity is really what we should be going for. We should be included in the decisions. Yes, we should, you know what I'm saying? Be partners. Yes. All of that. Yes. But that's equity. That's not equality. We are not and should not be striving to be equal to a man. We need to let that man be the man and we need to be the woman. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm expecting my man to get up in the middle of the morning when I hear a noise because you're the man. You get on up, go see what that is. I'm not about to do that. I don't want to be equal to you. I want to be able to be a woman. I like being feminine. I don't want to feel like I have to hold the man's role and do what he does. Doesn't mean I don't have the ability, right? We're not talking about ability. We're not talking about, am I able to do these things? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, should I be doing them? And the answer ultimately, in order for there to be balance and things to be the way that they were intended, the answer is no. I should not want to hold the masculine role. I should not want to hold the man's position. I should want to play my role. We always say this all the time. Stay in your lane. As women, we should want to own our lane. Doesn't mean we can't make money. Doesn't mean we can't be successful. That's not what that means. But it also doesn't mean that when we achieve success, that the first thing we do is throw it in our man's face or want to present that. Like, here's, almost like, yeah, I see what you do, but I'm doing all of this. It's like, I think that from what I see of, I'll just say it because I have to be honest, the single woman, the single woman community lately, and once again, these are generalities, right? Because I don't know every person, but the single woman community, that's really what they be coming off as. They lead with what they have, and they lead with, their personal achievements, which once again, nobody's taking that from you. You should be proud of that. But that's not a selling point for your potential future mate. If he's about his business and if he's a man, like, as my husband said, a real man, if he's that, then he's not going to want you to feel like you have to do that. He's not, I'm just going to be honest. He don't care. He don't care. He's proud of you. He think that's great. He like, dang, she's smart too. Like, he like it, but it's not a decision factor for him. It's not the thing that's going to make him go, yeah, that's the one I'm going to marry because, she makes 6 figures. And if he is saying that, you might want to run the other way because why does he want to depend or rely on your money? You know what I'm saying? If you're successful, you're successful. But that shouldn't have anything to do with what he's able to bring to the table and how he's able to secure and support you. Because ultimately, that's his role and he should be owning that. So what you bring to the table is a compliment, is adding to. He shouldn't be wanting to rely on that, nor should that be a deciding factor for him. And if it is, then that's run the other way. And I think as women, maybe we need to realign ourselves with who we are supposed to be instead of assimilating to what society has told us as women, has told us we should be. You know, I like Dio too, but some of all of these, she got her own and all that other stuff. It's like, I think we might be a little too independent out here. We're gonna end up being independently alone.
There it is.
Can I ask a personal question, Chloe? Because you said you were married. Can I ask you for how long?
14 years.
Okay. So to that I say, I feel like, because I'm in the current dating world, right? And for someone who is out of it to have something to compare to what's going on now, like I can say right now, if I could have gotten married 14 years ago, I would have, because dating is completely different for me. I feel like there's a huge battle between men and women, and there's another video out there floating around about they were sitting on this paddle, and the guy was like, "What can you bring to the table?" And she was like, "Well, who gonna cook your food?" He's like, "I can hire a maid." "Well, who gonna clean?" I can hire a maid. I can get somebody to do that for me." Well,
Yeah, I saw that.
what good am I when you're presenting to me be the feminine role and be in that position when they're saying they don't even want it? They don't want that either.
But
So
that's it. Go ahead. No,
watch
I'm gonna let
me.
the man speak on that.
Yeah, let me grab that, right? So I know this episode on the 8th table that you're talking about. So that was old Rico, whatever his name is, right? The point that the ladies missed on that was being a feminine, submissive woman is not just cooking and cleaning. Like, see, I think that's what has happened.
What is it? What is it?
Yeah.
Tell us
Yeah.
what it is.
So I think it is all of those other complementing traits is what the guys are looking for. So the basic things that can't be bought, right? And I think that was the point that the young man was making. As I said, see, I think what happens now today is, because I hear a lot of references from ladies today. When they hear the word submission, they attach it to slavery. I hear that said a lot now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when did submission get connected to being a slave? And like I said, that's a lot of the issue. Like I said, there's a mindset issue going on right now with some ladies. And like I said, I can't speak for all the ladies, but I done seen enough of this stuff for my head to spin around. But back to your question, a guy is looking for that support. Yep, a guy is looking for, when he is trying to build for the family, for the woman to complement and support the vision that he's trying to move forward for the family. You know, the guy is looking for her to, be agreeable. You know, when he comes to her in a certain discussion or whatever, or a certain direction to do things, and not always, or not having this combative energy, if you will. A guy is looking
into real time, because I'm dating today. I'm not in a marriage. I'm not in a relationship. I'm single. So as a single woman, what do you want from me today that I can provide you with that is valuable to you for us to even begin a relationship? Brand spanking new.
Well, first of all, I mean, I think that you have to know what you have to know what you want, and he has to know what he wants. And let's just be honest. The big difference is nobody knows what they want anymore. So you're coming to the table. You're coming to the table presenting what you believe you should present, right? You're presenting what you believe you should. Men are saying they don't want women that, you're literally presenting. You're like, look, I'm letting you know, if you're worried about thinking you're going to have to pay everything for me, you don't. So I'm just letting you know, like, you're presenting what you believe you should be presenting based off the era that we are in. Because you're right, it is different, right? So you're presenting what you believe you should be presenting. But if the person on the other side don't know what they want, it doesn't matter what you present. You could be presenting, it doesn't matter. Like the thing is, people don't take the time to even figure out what it is that they want. Like, what do you really want? What do you want from a man, really honestly? As a man, what do you want from a woman, really honestly? Not what society is telling you, not what people you think, or not what you saw in a movie, or not what you see on the shows, or not what you see on reality TV. Like, what do you really want? Because if you don't know what you want, you could be sitting right in front of it and won't be able to identify it. because you don't know what you want, right? So that's a big problem that I see too. People are like kind of chasing their tail around here. Like they don't know. It changes from day to day what they want. You're absolutely right. No man should be saying, I can go get a maid. Oh, I can get somebody. No, you shouldn't be saying that, because at the end of the day, when you settle down with a woman, you're gonna want her to cook and you're gonna want her to clean. You're not about to get no maid. No, you don't. You a lie. You capping. You're not about to do that. So you saying it out your mouth just tells me right there you don't really know what you want. You saying what you think is cute. That's cute to you. It sounded good to you, but it's not real. People not being honest.
That's how I feel.
People not being honest. So that's what's gonna make dating so challenging. Like you gotta know yourself, and then you gotta be honest.
It's why you laughing. What's so funny? What you got?
Yeah, see what? Come on, Prince.
Let's see, Prince.
Look, I'm gonna say like this. This is the biggest problem, right? Women sell themselves short. Hands down, they sell themselves short when it comes to relationships and dating. Because guess what? Women, I ain't gonna take nothing away from them. They have accomplished a lot of things. But your accomplishment is not gonna get you in a relationship. Hands down. It's not. If you look, how many homeless people you see out there that are couples, and that man staying underneath that bridge with that broke woman and that ugly dog, and he's still with her and he loves her to death. You see what I'm saying? Your accomplishment is not winning. It's who you are is winning. Understand this. I could be with a broke woman. It wouldn't bother me as long as she does what she needs to do to take care of me. You see what I'm saying? Your accomplishment. Huh? Go ahead.
But Mickey is saying, what are those things? Which is a fair question.
I mean, them things, I say them things change with person to person because, you got to find that in yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to go out there. You got to date. Honestly, you got to date because I can say this and it be untrue. I can say, oh, I need you to do this and do this and that. And guess what? Then I realize that that's not true. I don't want that from you. You see what I'm saying? So that's the truth of the matter. You got to date, and then you gonna know when you go with that person is, just like when y'all got married. You knew who he was to you, and he knew who you were to him. So guess what? That's the only thing about dating. You got to try. But once you get that I'm gonna say that bum, that them hip hop artist men and stuff, them two fly guys, and they ain't good for you. The problem with women is you still stay with them until they break your heart. Instead of ending this thing, y'all stay with him because guess what? He looks good, he's accomplished, but he's a piece of shit. Excuse me. But you know what I'm saying? But you still stand with that man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, everybody makes fun of them grocery store workers. I guarantee you go to Kmart, and that dude pushing the carts, he got a woman at home. He got a woman at home. You know what I'm saying? And he probably even making $26,000 a year, but he got a woman at home and he busting his butt to take care of that woman. But you got these successful men, the only thing they want to do is go get bikini waxes and all that stuff, nails done and all that stuff. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They take care of themselves. And then guess what they want to put on their arms? Something that they think they should have in their life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they ain't even looking for me.
Right.
They looking for something eye candy. So when I go out to my boys, I'll be like this. Yeah, you see that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up with her every morning. Yeah,
right.
You're naked. He telling the whole business about who you are. And guess what? That's why you see it in NBA, in any industry, women being passed around like commodities. Because guess what? Somebody told them business. And guess what? When you break up with your celebrity, the next thing you know, the next celebrity like, yeah, what's up, girl? And you think you doing something? You ain't doing nothing. Your business is out there. And the brother want to find out. You see what I'm saying? Right. That's how it is.
I like what you said, Chloe, about asking that person what it is that you want, because everybody is different. I could see that approach working, just to hear the conversation as to what that looks like, because there's what media says and social media says we should want, but that's not you. You know, you out here throwing words. Oh, I could get a maid. Nigga, I can't even afford a maid. Have a seat. Have seats. We're not doing that for real. We're not. We're not doing that. We're not paying somebody. Oh, I can go out and have food delivery with a meal catered. It's expensive, and the women are saying it is expensive. But to take back from that video is to say, like, what is it that you actually need from me? That's what she's asking. What do you want me to do? If you can do all these things for yourself, then what am I here for? If you just want somebody to sleep with, say that.
Yeah, but that's I think that's the other part of the issue though, right? So another thing that we see a lot of today is women wanting traditional men, but they don't want to be traditional. Right. So they will say that they want this man to lead. They want him to provide, basically want him to handle the bills. They want him to be the protector. But then he's like, okay, on the flip side of that, so what you going to be doing? And it's like, that's where, go ahead.
Again, we're not 20 years ago or 30 years ago where the economy, the cost of living was lower. So unfortunately, as much as I want to stay at home, we both even combined can't afford to.
So yes and no. So let me respond to that. So
to live comfortably, can I be at home and go get my nails done, go get my hair done, and you every single thing that
but see, that's
okay. Now we getting down to it.
Did you gonna buy it for me, or you want me at the house looking frumpy?
No, see, this is the thing. Okay, let me speak on this a little bit. Because I know this role, right? I've done the stay-at-home mom thing. So I know this role, right? The thing is, it's not that you have to be at home frumpy, but let's just be honest about that thing. The 24-inch weaves, yeah, might be a little less of those. The manicure,
I'm logging off.
The acrylics every 2 weeks. It might be a few less of those. Doesn't mean you can't have them, but it might be a few less of those. The trip to the esthetician, yeah, you can go, but you might not be able to go every week. So yes, it changes. It's different. And you have to kind of prioritize things differently. Like, it doesn't mean you can't have any of that stuff, but will you be going and doing these things at your whim, like you can if you maybe had your own income? That, to be honest, no. But here's the trade-offs, right? If you're a stay-at-home mom, that means you have kids, right? Here's what you can do now, right? Now your kids are raised by you, not latchkey, not school, not, babysitter. Your children are being raised by you, right? Your home is being managed by you, right? Your husband looks forward to coming home to you because you've created an environment now, because you have the time to. Because see, a working woman don't have the time to do the same things. Let's be honest. You now have the time to create an environment for your children, yourself, and your husband, that when he comes home, the environment is inviting. He want to be there, right? Now, when you could only give him chicken nuggets and French fries because that's all you felt like or had the time to when you came home from work. And I am not dinging nobody that work, because I've done all these roles. So I'm not dinging nobody. I'm simply telling you the differences, right? Now you have the time and effort to take your time. You ain't got to be rushed. You ain't got to be running around like a little chicken, stretching yourself out because you just worked a whole 12 hours or whatever, trying to figure out what you're going to throw together for your kids and your husband to eat. That's not a concern for you anymore. You do not have that stress anymore. Now you do actually have your freedom, your own time. So if there are passion projects that you want to do, if there is a business that you want to start, if there is something on the side that won't take you away for long periods of time, but there are things that now can nurture your creativity, Those are things that you can do now that you would not have had time to do before. And as women, we cannot discredit the importance of that, right? We can try to pretend like that stuff don't matter, but as women, when we go out to work for other people, not once again, not dinging this, I'm just simply saying this is the difference. Those things get buried. We have to bury those things. And some of those things are the essence of who we are as women. Because let's just be honest, we were not built the same as men. We were not built the same. They were built the way they were built for a reason. That's why we all emotional and they all logical, right? Because we were just, our whole makeup is just different. So are there some trade-offs? Yeah, I'm not going to tell you there's not no trade-offs. But you have to decide what's important for you and understand that those things that feed your soul and that nurture your relationships, your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your husband, your relationship with your community, all of those things are the things that help feed us as women. Your relationship with your creator, because I'm a believer in God. Like those things are the things that feed your soul and nurture you as a woman. Those are the things that have a lot of us women feeling wore out, overwhelmed, wore down. And we got our nails done, we got our hair laid, and we look great. Your skin smooth, child. We drinking our water, all of that. And we are stressed out, wore down. We don't have anything to give. We don't even have anything to give a potential person that we might be interested in dating. We barely have anything to give them.
And can I add a perspective to that it may or may not be a thing, but as we're battling, whether the woman should be at home and providing all these things, I feel like women are going back to work or continuing to work and then use the excuse where I work too, so we equal, because they don't want to be at home with the kids.
Oh, you said something right there.
I don't want to be at home with the rugrats. Like,
let me drop the bomb on that, because that's dead on.
You said something.
I'm about to be 40 this year. I don't have children yet. Okay. When I was 20, all I could imagine was a life of taking care of my husband and my children and being Susie Homemaker. That was beautiful to me. Today, even if I have kids, I want a maid. I still want a maid. I still want somebody to cook for us. All those things. So, and if a potential man is saying he wants me to be at home with the children, I'm going to use going to work as an excuse so that I don't even have to do that, because you're going to look at me like, oh, you're just a horrible person. You don't want to be a mom. You don't want to be this. I'm be like, well, I got to work too. I got to go to work. And then somebody else can watch the kids just so I don't have to be domesticated. I've been domesticated for 30 years. I'm tired. I don't want to do it. Work will be my release or my relief for all that drama. And then I'm going to just use that. And now we got to take care of the kids equally because both got to go to work. Because you're going to laugh at me if I say, oh, well, I would love to stay at home with my children and still hire a maid and still have someone come in and cook our meals. You think I'm crazy. But that's how I feel, because I don't find that
some people do it. Some people do that, don't sis. Some people.
That's how I want to be. That's how much money I need you to make.
Oh, you say need you.
I can do that.
But to be fair, being a stay-at-home mom is a lot of work. It's a job too. I mean, we're not gonna sit up here and act like, you Peg Bundy popping bonbons. That ain't it. That ain't it at all. So, it's not for everybody. Everybody does not want or have the ability even to be a stay-at-home mom. Some women want to and just can't, right? So like everybody can't be that. And it's okay. If you're working, I'm telling you, I've done all the roles. So like, look, I get it. I'm not saying you should pick one, like one is better than the other. I'm not saying that. I'm simply giving people things to think about. Like this is the compare and the contrast, right? Like it really depends on where your mind is at, what your mindset is, and how you look at these things. When I was hyper career focused, I didn't understand that, right? It took not being in a career for, for a while for me to go, oh, okay, I see, I get it, right? But I think to answer your question, and then I'm a, as they say on Clubhouse, I'm gonna land my plane. But I'm gonna say this, like some of the things that I feel in my relationship, right, that my husband has responded to is and things that he's told me he was kind of paying attention to was, one, was I level-headed, right? Like, did I show the ability to be able to be nurturing? Did I show the ability to be able to be submissive? And no, that does not mean doing everything that somebody says you do and being bossed around and being pushed around. That's not what that means, right? But do you have that ability, right, to be able to be agreeable? Okay, if that man is a working man and you are or do have the ability to stay at home, like, what are you doing with your time? Like, how are you managing that? Like, are you trying to grow and support that? If he says, I got a millionaire mindset. Okay, baby. What? Okay, you got a millionaire mindset. Boom. I got ideas. Here we go. Let's go. What we gonna do? Like, I'm your partner in this. You bring me the seed. I put it in the ground. Boom. We got food. Like, that's what a man wants to see, right? He can come to you and you can execute. He can come to you and you can support. He can come to you and you can help. You can assist. You can build with him. And I think that those are things that a successful man is gonna care about, and he's gonna want to see those things. So when he's asking you what you bring to the table, those are some of the things that it seems would be important to mention. And I would say, even outside of just mentioning how much money you make or that kind of thing, mention how you got there, right? Because if you're making that kind of money, if you're in that kind of position, you have certain abilities and attributes that got you there. Those are the thing. Those are the assets right there. Those are your assets, not the fact that you're there. What got you there? You determined. You know what I'm saying? You're motivated. You're supportive. Those things, like, those are your real attributes. Those are your real characteristics, and those are the things that make you who you are. That some man is gonna be like, oh, okay, she can do that. Then I know she can run a household. If she can do that, she can raise some kids. If she can do that, then you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that it's not the finished product, right? It's how did you get there?
Right. And let me go ahead, see Prince.
Oh, I'm going to tell the women to think about this. When you go out and you look in society, it's funny because men do it. We do the same thing, and you see that ugly chick with that dude, you be like, how did she get that? Oh, and the first thing y'all be thinking is sexual. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she got to be off the chain or something like that. But guess what? It probably wasn't that. You got them big chicks, them super heavyweights with that dude just taking. Yeah, I'm talking about, the big mama bear draws. You know what I'm saying? You got them. Guess what? She got a man. And you sit there and you be like, I don't know how she got that man. Y'all, and we do the same thing. Because I seen a fine woman with an ugly dude. I'm like, damn, how he get her? But the thing we missing is, it's not about looks. It's not about finance. It's about they got something in common. They bonded emotionally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. They bonded. They cater to one another without being perverted. You see what I'm saying? They got to a point that they only see each other, and you know what I'm saying? They're not all that mushy and, public display. They just with each other. You know what I'm saying? They're living for each other. And that's the secret that these people have, or people that we said are not the eye candies or in shape persons and stuff, or just the average Joes. They found something that the people with money, looks, and all that. Because think about it. Every time we turn around, these superstars are divorcing. They got everything, money, looks, everything. But they can't keep a man or a woman in their life at all. They can't. And then the ones who do keep the man and woman in their life, you don't even see them in public no more because they value their home. You know, I can say, you say Morris Chestnut, you don't see him in the paper at all. You don't see a lot of these superstars in our communities that are not trying to be an image. They value their homes. See what I'm saying? They take care of their wives. They don't put their wives or their husbands in compromising positions to be a star. But guess what? Us average people every day go to work and stuff. We come out on weekends trying to be stars, knowing that we're not a star. And that's the problem.
Yeah. Let me just say this. I do want to, commend Mickey on something she said earlier. The fact that she asked the question, right? That's a lot of what I don't see today. Yep. I don't see a lot of women actually asking men what they want or what they're looking for. Yes, I want to commend you for even doing that. Like I said, that's very important, right? Because at the end of the day, all I see today is a lot of examples of women not asking. I see them doing stuff.
I didn't ask. That was Chloe. She brought it up. So I'm like, oh yeah, I should do that.
Well, you should be doing that. But no, you did ask the question after the whole topic of you did ask after the whole topic of the 8 table, discussion that was going on the show. But ladies gotta ask. Yep, at the end of the day, that's the only way that you're gonna know. You gotta ask these men what do they want. Like that's really what it comes down to. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to get to each other or get to the opposite sex. Like that's the whole goal. Right. So how are you going to successfully do that if you don't even know what the other sex is looking for? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got to stop making all these assumptions because a lot of what I see today is wrong. It's a lot of wrong assumptions. Ladies come out like, yeah, like old girl said in the video, I'm making well over 6 figures. And the dude looking at the video like, I could care less, sis. Like, I'm glad you're making your over 6, but I could care less. Because I'm coming with this $500,000. So I could care less about your over 6. That's going to be your play money. But see, she probably thought that was a major selling point. And see, that's my point. I see a lot of, like I said, I'm not trying to, speak on anybody in particular, but I see so many videos. I just saw a lady the other day on a video flying away with some 2-inch long eyelashes on.
I'm flying away.
Yeah. And she thought she was doing it.
No,
She thought them lashes was popping. And I'm like, the whole time, all I hear is dudes saying that they can't stand them old fake lashes. So it's like at the end of the day, the ladies got to start asking these fellas, what is it that you're looking for? What are you attracted to? What do you want? That's going to make this thing a whole lot easier. And what'll happen in return is dudes going to be asking these ladies, what do you want? Now we got the basis of communication. Yep, and now the process starts.
You brought up something last week where we were talking about, where are you meeting these men? So there's social media, there's the websites, there's this, there's that. I spent a lot of time in Clubhouse. I had to log off because it was too many. It was a lot of discussion about what we are and aren't doing as men and women. It's just overwhelming. But here we can have that dialogue. I'm not saying that the dialogue is wrong because here we are on the video talking about it. But we got 300 people, both men and women on the Clubhouse talking about the exact same thing. Why is it that we can't come together? And my issue with that is while we're all talking about what we want, we can say this and then we go out and do something completely different from what we're saying on the app. Because if that was true about what you were saying, because I agree with everything, but I don't see this person that I'm talking to on Clubhouse on the street. I don't see him at the restaurants. I don't see him at the grocery store. I don't see him at church. I don't see him nowhere. But he on Clubhouse giving me all this rhetoric But when I go outside of my doors, I have a man who can't answer the phone consistently, can't return my calls, tells me he's always busy, can't take me out. Is that the same guy that I'm talking to on Clubhouse? Because it's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So let me respond to that.
Where they at? Where the men at?
Yeah, so let me respond to that. So that's one of the reasons, one of the main reasons why I do this show. Yeah, but I've spent time on Clubhouse as well, right? And that's part of the problem with trying to make these connections through social media. It's a lot of cats who be fronting on Clubhouse. Yes, a lot of cats who like to get on there and appear as these, I like to call them these popular dudes or these superstars, and see the ladies be eating that trash up.
All day.
They get on there talking all that old, slick talk, and ladies, they love it. The key word, queen this, queen that, and that's all that cake, and I like to call it. It's one of the main reasons why I do this show, right? Because I said we keep it 100 on this show. But it's a lot of fronting that goes on Clubhouse, which is why I really don't even invest no time over there, because I see what that's about. And that goes for the ladies and the men. Like I said,
absolutely.
To your point, though, that mess gets overwhelming. I'm gonna be honest, it does get super toxic. And that's why, like I said, we don't do that over here on this show, because at the end of the day, the only way we're gonna make some progress is to lay it on the table and keep it real. It's the only way we're gonna make some progress, and that ain't happening over there.
Yeah, and I learned something today, which was really cool. That's where I want to get to the bottom of, because I mean, if it's 300 people on Clubhouse and half of them are in Detroit, then why can't we connect? I want to talk to the people who has advice, like Chloe, who has been in a marriage for 14 years. They know the ins and outs, how it works. I can't get advice from another single person because we in the same boat. So we arguing over the same stuff. Whereas get on a social media platform where there's a panel of people who consistently saying the same thing, men and women who have been married for a long time, that can say, this is how it's done. This is how we stay married. Those are the people that I want to talk to. But in those Clubhouse groups, we're not connecting. It's the married couples talk to each other. Single people talk to each other. We're going to be stuck.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. No, it's a mess over there. But that's one of the main reasons we do this show, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm going to call it what it is. Our community, and I'm speaking towards Black folks in general, we all over the place. Yeah, we can't come together. It's like we can't be friends. We can't get married, can't stay married. We got all these single mamas out here with the kids. We got single daddies out here not handling business. We got fellas not leading. We got women not following. We got all type of nonsense going on. And like I said, we got to hash this mess out, get down to the bottom of it. Because it's only going to get worse. Like I said, with the evolution of social media, with everybody being a tough guy, behind these cameras and behind these phones and in these Clubhouse rooms, throwing people down to the audience and all this trash. Like, this is why we can't make no progress, right? And like I said, we're here on this show to change that. Like I said, our goal on this show is to change our trajectory as a whole. Yep, that is the only way that we're going to get there. And like I said, and that all starts with a solid relationship between Black men and Black women. Yeah, and that's where we got to get to. Yeah, we got to call out all this trash that's going on out here. We got to call out these sideways mindsets that we've adapted. We got to call out, all of these clowns and these companies and these marketing companies telling us what we want, how we need to live, how we need to dress, what type of hair we need to wear, what type of women we need. Like, we got to call all this garbage out. And like I said, that's the goal on this show.
I love it.
And that's what we're here to do.
I love all y'all.
We appreciate you coming on. Like I said, we gonna tell your girl D-Nell, make sure she back for the next one.
Yeah, because she gonna get it.
But yeah, I know we don't went past time. We had about 10 o'clock here in Metro Detroit. I'm gonna make my way around. We'll do some closing statements. Chloe, you want to say anything as we get ready to close out?
Just real quick, I would just say, ladies, it's okay to have some balance. Like, be proud of what you guys have done. Like, the ladies are making a lot of moves, and I think it's a good thing. I never want to give the impression that you should reduce yourself for who you are. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But we're so focused on our secular success, right? Like, let's be successful in every aspect of our lives. Like, let's make our relationships as important as we made getting our degrees and getting our jobs. Like, because this is our life, right? Like, we work for other people, we make them rich, we make some money, but like, this is your legacy, like this is your life. So put more time and effort and energy into that, because you're not going to take your job with you when you leave here. You're not going to have any memories that are going to be, worth anything for that. So let's try to figure out how we can make our friendships work, make our relationships work. Let's do the work, right? Let's do the work in 2022. Seriously, let's stop making excuses and let's do the work.
For sure. I'm gonna jump down to Mickey, then I'm gonna come back up to you, C Prince. Mickey, you want to say anything in closing before we get out of here?
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming on.
That's all I
Appreciate
got.
you. Yeah, appreciate you joining us. C Prince, you got anything you want to say in closing, man?
Hey, I'm gonna say something. It might not be a politically correct statement, but since I seen that second video, I think I need to do a news announcement. So, if you make over 6 figures and you like to spoil your dude and you just want to give your money away, just hit the show. Let Quay know that you want to give your money away because I got some bills that you can pay. You know what I'm saying? That's all you wanted to do. You make sure you hit this show and tell them that, hey, Charlie Prince, I got some money for you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna spend it real good. I ain't gonna hesitate. And guess what? I might even give you I might become a nonprofit. I might say nonprofit Charlie Prince, so I can give you something so you can write off on your taxes. And that's all I gotta say.
This guy. Well, yeah, I'll just say this in closing. I said, shout out to everybody joining us tonight. For the conversation. Like I said, I think it was a beneficial conversation for us all. I just want to, close with this. Ladies, start asking these men what they want. Yep, start asking these men what they want. As we have a lot of men now who are starting to turn this corner, they're starting to show up, they're starting to be about their business. They're now talking about building legacies and talking about, these ladies need leaders out here. There's dudes starting to make that turn now, right? So when those dudes come along and present themselves, reciprocate, work with that brother, look to build something with that brother. When the brothers, like I said, when they tell you what they're looking for, respond to that, be responsive to it. Chloe made a point earlier, and I said, I think, it's something that I see that we definitely got to stop doing. Yeah, when brothers get to the point where they're ready to step up and handle their business, stop trying to shut them up by calling them toxic. Stop trying to shut them up by calling them, all these words. There's so many words that I see that have been created to discredit, brothers who are ready to handle their business and start to be vocal and speak up. Yeah, we got to stop doing that. Because at the end of the day, it's not even accurate. Yeah, so stop trying to discredit brothers, as they start to come into their positions and actually prioritize being in their positions and playing their proper roles. Yeah, we got to stop doing that. At the end of the day, let's say these brothers are looking for support. And at the end of the day, it's what we need. This is what the community has been missing. It's been missing the leadership, the voice, the firm standing of brothers. Like, it's been missing that. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. But yeah, I appreciate everybody joining us on the show tonight. Everybody who's down in the comments, everybody who's going to watch this show after the fact, definitely go subscribe to the channel over on YouTube at the Quay Price channel. Definitely share out the show. Let's say we appreciate any shares. I said that just helps us, reach more people and spread the word, spread the message. And let's say at the end of the day, bring a friend. If you've got anybody that you're friends with, definitely tell them to come over, join us, come on the panel. Let's say we appreciate Mickey coming on the panel. She got the camera on, so she engaging with us. So definitely spread the word. I said, bring a friend with you. Yeah, bring a mama on here. Bring some grandmas on here. You know what I'm gonna do is show and get some of the grandmas on here, so they can drop some of them gems on us young folks, right? 'Cause we think we got it all figured out, and they probably gonna tell us we don't know what the heck we talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna set that show up too. But let's appreciate everybody supporting. Let's say we've got the Cash App on here just to help support the show as we move forward. And man, with that being said, we do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday night. So definitely catch us next Wednesday on the show live. And with that being said, everybody have an awesome night, and we will catch you guys next week.